Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Our current session focuses on print media and sociolinguistics. I hope and expect by the end of the session you would be able to understand the interrelationship between the two. Well, when we talk of print media, in fact, print media is composed of newspapers, community newsletters, wire services, magazines, journals, and other publications. This is one of the typical and the traditional forms of media. When it comes to the significance of print media, well, the sensory experience of print media as a sensory media is something that is very, very significant. Perhaps it is the most important benefit of print media that it is tangible. It can be this tangibility, this ability to touch it, to feel it, to hold the newspaper, for example, or a magazine in your hands and to have a feel of it is an important part of the experience of print media. As far as newspapers are concerned, I hope you would agree it becomes a part of the reader's daily life. Those who are into the reading of newspapers, for example, if many of you think of your fathers, many of them are into the habit of reading newspaper in the morning. So this becomes more like a part of the morning routine. And this engagement with, this interaction with the print in the morning becomes a significant part of their, their daily life and their social existence as well. So, when it comes to the print media, it is not only limited to newspapers. There are magazines and journals and pamphlets, etc., through which, not only on the basis of information, but also for the purposes of entertainment, for the purposes of, sharing, for the purposes of, giving the information of some new aspects that are introduced in the society, or new objects, or, even advertisements are shared with the reader. When it comes to the role of media in sociolinguistics, I think it is a very, very significant dimension of sociolinguistics, because sociolinguistics deals with, the relationship of language and society. It deals with the language choices that are made in the social perspective. In other words, how does the society affect, the language choices? Now, when from that point of view we look at the print media, in that sense, print media becomes very important, because, the linguistic, two processes happen side by side. It's a two-way process. The social changes that take place in the society, and these changes, how they affect the sociolinguistic choices in the society, they are then mirrored in, they are reflected in, they are shown in the print media. They become a part of the language of the print media. Thus, in a way, they are documented there, they are preserved there, and they are disseminated and shared with the people of that community as well. On the other hand, the language of print media, as it is read by people, as it is read by the members of the society, it has a strong impact on the society. In fact, when we dip into this and we dig deeper into the print media impacts, recent neurological research has, identified differences in ways people process information that is presented to them on print media and on electronic media. And in fact, these researchers have shown that the impact of print media is stronger in certain cases, because when it comes to focus or on concentration, in terms of electronic media, the concentration span of people is very, very limited. It is very, very restricted. Whereas, when it comes to print media, people are more focused. They are, focused not only more, but also for a longer time span. One of the reasons for that is because print media offers less distractions, whereas, the electronic media, traditional electronic media such as television, and then the new electronic media, the new social media, they offer a lot of, kind of distractions which hamper the attention of the receiver of the message. In the print media case, that is the reader, and in the electronic or social media case, that may be the viewer. Well, there are certain issues that are related to the print media and how its significance in the sociolinguistic context can be determined. One of the ways of determining its significance in the sociolinguistic sphere is through judging or evaluating the access that it provides. After all, it provides access to whom? The first issue is of literacy and connected issues. Well, because it is in the printed form, so in all those societies, for example, societies like Pakistan, where the literacy rates are comparatively lower, the issues of access become one major hindrance in connecting print media with the society, because people mostly cannot read. On the other hand, when we look at cost effectiveness, print media is comparatively very cost effective in so many ways, and it's cheaper in so many ways that its benefits can then be availed by a society. The third aspect is of popularity. Well, this popularity of print media varies from society to society. The societies that are more literate, the societies that are more educated, there the value of the printed word is greater, and there, the customary, I would say, association with the print is more in those societies as compared to the societies where literacy rates are comparatively lower. There, people are more prone towards, I would say, social media or electronic media. When we look at it from a traditional perspective, actually the media and language change are connected with each other. And when it comes to the language of print media, well, in terms of language change, it does not play much role. Its role is more in terms of language preservation. And why I would say that? Because print media is a more formal form of media. The language choices that are made in print media are of very formal language. Informal, substandard or non-standardized varieties of languages, or vernaculars are generally not used in print media. The impact of that is that the standardized forms of language are A, preserved through the print media, and B, they are disseminated in the society through the print media. So print media plays an important role in relation to language preservation and its maintenance in terms of its structures.